All right, 2014. When it's all said and done, I think this is going to be the year of the sci-fi action film. Because Planet of the Apes, Dawn of course, is a sci-fi action film, and it, along with such films as Snowpiercer, Edge of Tomorrow, and Days of Future Past, are some of the best sci-fi action scenes that have been made in a very, very long time. They all come to us this year. So Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. As you can tell by that intro, I liked it a lot. It makes my top five. In fact, all the movies I named are around top five. They're all up there. If there's a top six, they're all in there. But some are fighting against each other for that fifth spot. But all good movies. And the reason why this one in particular is so good is because of Andy Serkis as Caesar. Caesar, in general, is one of the best characters that we've seen in film just ever. He's one of the best. He's up there with a Tony Soprano. I know it's TV, but still, he's up there with a Walter White. He's on screens. He's just a great kind of goes against himself character. He's tortured. He's unsure of himself sometimes. He makes bad decisions. Sometimes he's conflicted, and he's relatable. And he's still a monkey or an ape. Don't want to degrade them. I think that was one of the rules in the original Planet of the Apes, which does get some nods here, kind of like their rules were ape, no kill ape. So he's a very conflicted character and very human, relatable character, because as even Caesar says in the movie, apes not much different from humans, because not all apes are good, not all apes are bad. They're just like humans. They're conflicted human beings. And I really like some of the other characters that are in this movie too. Koba, who also is done by another good motion capture performance by Toby Kebbell. Also another really good character in this movie. He's kind of conflicted. He's the ape that was, tortured by the humans in the labs, got scars all over himself, so he completely distrusts the humans, which brings him in conflict with Caesar. But Caesar is also the person that saved him, so he respects Caesar. But they have different. It's kind of like if Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were part of the same team. I would say it was a football game, and Martin Luther was the quarterback, and then you got the backup quarterback being Malcolm X. Obviously, they're going to have different ideas of what plays should be called. It's the same kind of theory here, where they just have different ideas. They want the same goal, much like a Professor X and a Magneto. Same thing. That's what we get from these two characters. And that's just all on the ape side, which is really why you're going to see this movie and the strong points of this movie. I believe like the first 20 minutes are just all on the apes learning what their culture has evolved to, and they're thriving in this now lacking of human world near the same San Francisco area. But now let's talk about the humans for a little bit. And the humans, they're all just kind of there, but they all make sense in what they're doing. You have this one guy who completely hates the apes because he blames them for the virus, which really wasn't their fault. So you as an audience are like, come on, dude. But it makes sense for his character to be the kind of guy that would shoot an ape with a gun and start a whole war, almost. You have Gary Oldman, who in the trailers looks like, hey, I'm going to be a super bad villain. But he's just trying to get this civilization of humans now trying to return to what they were before with electricity, trying to get them all together and do what's best for humanity. And then Jason Clarke thought did a really great job in this role, playing a more heroic character, where it's like, do you really need to make all the heroic decisions? But again, it kind of makes sense, because as a person who would try to rebuild society and not just live in this environment, him and Gary Oldman made this community of humans, it makes sense that he would be the kind of guy who would put others in front of himself. He wants a chance of peace like Caesar, and that's the main driving force of this movie is these two characters of Caesar and whatever the guy's character's name was. I don't remember because you go for the movie for the apes. Trying to work together to let this end peacefully. Obviously, that doesn't work out, hence where the movie comes in and gives some of the cool action scenes. But it just makes sense for these characters, and they're both really connectable, relatable characters, especially Caesar. Talking special effects here, probably the best we've seen in any movie ever, because there's not a single second where you don't think you're watching actual apes on screen. Obviously more intelligent apes that are more evolved, but you still don't think, oh yeah, that's just an actor. No, those are apes that can talk and hold spears and do really cool things. And while the main force of this movie is the drama, which is helped by these special effects, the action scenes are just pretty badass in general. Anytime the apes are working together because they're coordinated, they do a bunch of different attacks against humans, each other. It's a lot of cool stuff happening. Like the apes on horses scene when it shows up, when he's got the two machine guns and really awesome. So the action's good, drama's good, the story is really good, and it leaves us in a place where we can see where the next one is headed, and I want to see that next movie, which may close out the Caesar trilogy, as we may wind up calling it, or hopefully, since Caesar's a great character, he makes it through that one too, and we'll see what's going on. I would talk about more, but I don't want to spoil this amazing movie. All I got to say is go see it, and this movie gets an A+. Right, I'm sure that you've either seen or thinking about seeing Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, so if you saw it or when you're about to see it, let me know what you think about it down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.